So you want to know the habits of successful people. Today we're going to talk about that. Today we're going to talk about what are some of the common habits of successful people and how does it relate to their success. We're going to dig in more specifically into the story of Sara Blakely, who was the founder of SPANX and turned her $5,000 savings into $1 billion business. My name is Kelly. I was a nurse to CEO, and my mission is to give you the life and career of your dreams. So Sara Blakely, she is the founder of SPANX, the undergarment that women use globally. So after graduating college, Sara Blakely worked as a door-to-door fax machine salesperson. And she did that for several years when she was getting ready for a party one day, and she realized she wanted to wear white pants and she didn't want the bumps and lumps that sometimes we see when we're wearing white pants. So she got creative and realized she needed an undergarment that would help smooth that out. So she actually cut off the feet of her pantyhose and used that. And that was the inspiration for her to develop and research the product that we now know of as SPANX. Sara Blakely spent the next 2 years researching and developing her product of SPANX. She only had $5,000 in her savings account. So she took a pretty big risk in order to do that. But she believed in herself that this was a product the world needed, and she had a solution to that problem. But it didn't come easy. She was rejected several times for manufacturing. She was cold calling buyers to see if they would buy her product because she knew she had a solution to a problem. But during these setbacks, during these failures, Blakely was committed to her vision. She was committed, and she knew that she had a product that will revolutionize the undergarment world. And so she stayed committed and she persisted. She persisted in doing those cold calls, and finally her product was accepted. Her product became a major success. In 2012, she reached $250 million. And today the company is worth over $1 billion. So she turned her $5,000 savings into $1 billion company. Sara Blakely's success is an absolute testament to the habits that successful people have. And so we're going to break that down. What are some of those habits that she did that other successful people also emulate? So again, the background. She was selling fax machines, going door to door after college selling fax machines. She was getting ready for a party, wanting to wear white pants when she realized she didn't have the right undergarments for it. And I think we can all relate to that, right? And so she didn't have the right undergarments. So she got creative. She got creative to the problem, and she cut the feet off of one of her pantyhose to smooth out the lumps and imperfections that she perceived. So that became her creative inspiration for SPANX. So the first habit of successful people is being a problem solver, being a creative problem solver, having the tenacity and the inspiration to want to solve a problem and not just be a victim to the problem. Habit number 2, persistence. She believed in herself. She believed in herself and her product because she knew it was a product that was not out there yet. So she didn't just take the first no and not go with her product that way. She was rejected multiple times by manufacturers. She was having to cold call and was not getting the response that she needed, but she remained persistent. She remained committed to her vision. She worked tirelessly to get that product out the door to the manufacturer. So what did she do? She was persistent and she worked. And we've talked about this before, right? Working hard will always trump talent. She didn't have the experience of this. She didn't have that business experience, but she knew she had a problem to solve, and she was persistent and committed to making that a successful solution for people. Habit number 3, you need to be willing to take some risk. You need to be willing to learn from your failure. We've talked about this in the past as well, right? So Sara Blakely, again, was failing. She was failing, and I say failing in quotes, because she was getting rejected. She was getting turned away. She only had $5,000 in savings. That's a risk, right? But she knew and she was committed to her vision, and she wasn't going to stop until she was a success. She probably pivoted. I'm sure she made some changes and she started doing those cold calls, but she didn't stop when no was the answer. She didn't stop when someone may perceive as being a failure. She learned from it, she used it, and she moved forward. Goal setting. We've talked about this before as well, right? And we have a video that talks about goal setting. She had a goal and a mission to make SPANX be in the stores, in the manufacturers, in these industry. And so she made those goals, and even though she may have had to pivot and the timeline maybe wasn't what she was expecting, but she hit the goals. She hit the targets and the goals that she set for herself. She created a plan of action and she achieved it. Time management is another habit of others. So you don't want to waste your time on things that aren't important. So once Sara Blakely became committed to this vision, became committed to her product and the research that was entailed into it, she didn't waste her time on other activities. But what we do know is she became committed to making SPANX a worldwide product for everyone to use. That is what we do know. And that takes time management, goal setting, hard work, persistence, and a willing to move forward and a willing to learn. And you have to have a positive mindset. I am certain that when she got those rejections, when she got those no's, she probably had some negative thoughts. However, she didn't let that stop her. She continued to move forward. She continued to be positive that there was a solution to a problem that she had, and she knew she could make that work. We've talked about this in other videos as well, that if you're continuously thinking about things negative things happen. However, if you have more of a positive mindset, you're seeing the positive outcomes that are occurring, even when maybe some negative things are occurring. You're changing your mindset to move forward in a positive way, which will bring positive outcomes. The first habit, to summarize the story of Sara Blakely and how she displayed habits of successful people. She found a solution to a problem. She found a creative solution to a problem. She was persistent. She was persistent in her goals and the research of her product. She set goals for herself. She knew she had a solution, and she may have had to pivot and go left and right to get to her destination, but she knew she had a goal to get the product in stores, in manufacturing. So she was willing to take the risk, willing to learn from her failures, to move forward. And she did it with a positive mindset until she got the success she was looking for. So these are habits of successful people that Sara Blakely, the founder of SPANX, displayed. And we're going to continue to look at this moving forward about what are other common habits that people have to succeed in life. And again, this is a career success, but these things of persistence and learning from failure and goal setting and being problem solvers can be used in your daily life as well. It really has a multi-function, if you will, in the goals that you're setting for yourself. Please comment below, what are some goal settings that you have? What are some traits that you're trying to use to be more successful in your life, and where are you using it? We'd love to hear from you. If you found this video to be helpful, please give me a like and subscribe. That really helps move my channel forward to help more people, which is my mission, to give people the life and career of their dreams. Thanks.